Hey guys, welcome to this video. I'm really excited to do this. What we're doing is we would be ranking every joker that is available in Balatro. This will, if you're starting out, if you're just started playing Balatro, or if you're playing for a while, I think this video will be very useful in order to understand which jokers you should prioritize, how are they good, at what conditions which jokers suit you the best, right? So really excited for this one. So just stick till the end and we'll rank all these jokers and tell you. Again, I'll randomly pick jokers from here because obviously a lot of jokers I already know, but then I might refer to the names because there's so many of them, right? And then I'll rank. So S is like the OP category. It's very good. It's lethal. It's a no-brainer. You get it, you need to take it. The A category is good enough. Then we come to B, C, and D. D is the worst. You shouldn't pick it up. But again, we'll go accordingly, right? So I'll randomly pick jokers and I'll tell you what's my strategy, because I've been playing Balatro for quite some time now, and I have, I think, in fact used around 80-90 jokers in my games. So yeah, really excited for this one. So stick till the end and let's start. Yeah, let's start picking out things. So yes, one second, my eyes, I don't know what happened. So let's start. So let's start with this joker. I think this is a very good joker. What this joker gives you is twice the number of cards as chips. So for example, you have 52 cards, you will get 102 your 102 chips. So this joker is called blue joker. Now I feel, see, if you played Balatro, you can understand that you need to have a good combinations of mult cards, good combination of multiplication cards, as well as a good combination of chips cards as well. So whenever I get this card, this is my number one pick, and this does really help. I think this is a no-brainer card. If you have 5 slots or 6 slots of jokers, I think you should keep this as one card, because you need to, because when you are multiplying two things, let's say A into B, right, A also needs to be higher for the final, let's say C amount to be higher, right? So it's a no-brainer card. You need to choose it. The Ancient Joker, I feel, is a very underrated card, and I feel it's one of the best. I've used this to win many Balatro runs. And so what does an Ancient Joker does is it gives 1.5x mult for a specific type of card. So let's say if it's heart, spades, so every round it resets. So every round there's one type, let's say heart, and wherever all these heart cards you play in your hand, you get 1.5 mult. Now this is extremely useful because it can massively increase your scores, especially at the later half. This becomes very useful when you have good mult cards as well, which will increase mult. So let's say you increase your mult till 40 or 60, and then you multiply it with 1.5 into 1.5 into 1.5. Usually what you can do is you can use straight, you can play flush. If you have a splash card, you can use that. So what happens, all your cards are used in the hand, right, irrespective of what type of hand you've played. So this is a really good card, especially at the later end. I think this can really help you win multiple Balatro runs. So yeah, I mean, this is something you need to try. this card again is one of the best, and what this card does is, for your last hand in a round, you get into 3, right? And this is so much like useful, right? Because your entire score kind of multiplies by 3. Again, this kind, it's kind of a dicey card, especially because, let's say, at the end of the round, you need to rely at the last run. So for example, if you don't get good last hand, so let's say if you don't get good hands in the last one, you are screwed essentially. So but this is a very, very good card if strategically used, especially with Ancient Joker. It does really well. This card is known as Acrobat, so yeah, keep in mind whenever you see this card. The next up is the Banana card. Now the Banana card, I'll just check what its name is, but what it does is it gives you plus 15 mult when you play. And let me, okay, sorry, okay, for some reason, let me check 1 second. Yeah, so this card is known as Cavendish. Now keep in okay, let me check, because there are 2 banana cards, and for some reason not showing. Okay, so this card is known as Gross Michael. Okay, so what it does is it gives you plus 15 mult, but keep in mind 1 into 6 chance is that it can destroy. So that's a probability. So if you're not familiar with that, basically it's kind of probability given to all these jokers, for few jokers, not for all, where it can get eaten up or something like that, right? It won't be effective. So let's say 1 run you play, but in 1 round, it will be there, but every round it will kind of just check, so it'll tell you safe. So yeah, this is known as Gross Michael. There's another card which is even more OPier. I'm sorry if that's a word, but this card is known as Cavendish, and what it gives you is into 3 mult. And the best part is 1 out of 1,000 chance that it'll get destroyed. So if you get this card, bro, you're in luck, and this will give you into 3 mult for all this thing. So and remember, what I can read from here, it can only appear when your banana card has destroyed itself in the current run. So keep that in mind. So this is a very, very good card. So if you get your banana, your Gross Michael or banana, the normal banana destroyed, you are in luck. So yeah, just remember that. Yes, just quickly, Raised Fist card. Raised Fist card is another very, very good card. So what it does is, so you need to be a little strategic about it. So your lowest card in your the hand, not on the hand, the number of cards you get, the lowest card is multiplied by 2 and then added to mult. So let's say you play a bunch of cards, and your lowest card that was there, not in your hand but otherwise in your whatever you see below that, so let's say it's a 10, so plus 20 mult will be added. So that's how it works. So you need to be a little strategic as to, you might, if you have extra discards, you can remove certain cards just to use it better, right? So yeah, you need to be very in the mind. let's see. So this is raised fist, remember that. Next up we will see, there's so many. Where's my favorite cards? Okay, so I mentioned about splash. Now splash is a card that I don't really, I mean, I love it. I have a love-hate relationship with this card, and I'll tell you why. So what splash does is, irrespective of the type of hand you've played, all the cards are scored. So for example, even if you played high card, all the cards in your hand is scored. So this is a very, very good card, especially for example if you've optimized for, let's say, 3 of a kind, or you've optimized it for something more lower, which is very rare. So my problem with this card is only, let's say if I've optimized for 2 pairs, anyways my 4 cards are being used. Now this is useful when, let's say, you have an ancient joker, and let's say your hand doesn't have let's say a heart, and your heart gives you 1.5x mult. So what you can do is, if you have this card, you can add that heart as well, so that overall your score gets multiplied. So it makes certain cards more usable. For example, let's say you have something which face cards, right? So you have face cards, so you can use this, and then it'll also get scored as well. So yeah, I mean, just to keep that in mind. Supernova card, I think, is again an OP card. So Supernova card, I'll tell you, it adds mult. So the number of times that hand has been played. And if you played Balatro, usually what you do is you play certain hands more. For example, I love 2 pairs. So oftentimes I play that hand a lot. So what happens is, over the run, let's say you have 18, 20, 23, depending on how many times you've played, you can use that. So it is a no-brainer card. If you get it, you take it, bro. If you get it, you take it. So it's a no-brainer card. Highly recommended. You should take it. Let's see the Aces Joker. So the Aces Joker is again a normal card. I don't know if because again, compared to something like let's say a face card, right? You have so many options. You have 3 options. You have a king, you have a queen, you have jack. So in that way, this doesn't work well. So what it does is, for every ace played, it gives you 20 chips and plus 4 mult, right? And it's available from start. The card name is Scholar. Just keep that in mind. Cool. Let's see the chips. This is again a normal card. This card name is Odd Todd. What happens is, for odd rank, it gives you 31 chips. So I feel this is good card, a card that you really need for the first slot. You need a chip card, right? And this fits in really well. It's not as good as something like let's say a blue joker, but then it does really fit in very well. Yeah, highly recommended. If you especially in the beginning, you can definitely use this card. It will definitely help you. Yes. I'm just checking the name of this card. Not this card. Okay, no worries. Walkie Talkie is another good card. I don't know where to rate it. I think it's a normal card. But if you can optimize it for 10s and 4s, this is like, how do I say it? This is really good card. Yeah. So what it does is, for every 10, every 4, you get plus 10 chips and plus 4 mult. It's a really good card, especially if let's say you play, I think there's the there's a deck which does not have any face cards, right? For that deck is also good. And even if you optimize for 10s and 4s, for example, let's say you get a spectral pack, and then you put you add more 10s, etc., right? So that way you can do it, right? So a really good card. If you can optimize it well, again you need to add. So whenever you get 10, you add it to your deck. Similarly, you can do it, right? So yeah, this is also a good card to have. Let's see the ice cream card. Now, ice cream card is again a decent card to have. So what it does, it gives you plus 100 chips, and every hand you play there's negative 5 chips, so it's removed. So it's good. I mean, if you get it, you can use it, especially even till the end. If you get 30 chips, 40 chips, it's okay, I feel. Again, as I mentioned, in your 5-6 slots you need to have one chips card, and this is a no-brainer. So pick it up whenever you get it, please. Let's see this, the Joker's Delhi card. This is the loyalty card, mind you, and what it does is for every 6th hand you get let me check if it's, I think it's 3 times mult, 4 times mult, sorry, yes. So it's X4 mult. This is a very good card, especially I'll tell you when you have more than 4 hands in your game. So what happens is, when you have 4 games, you can then play hands in such a way that your boss blind, you can utilize this card, because most cases, if you're even struggling for some reason, a very good hand, you can use this. So what happens usually is, when it's before it's activated, so let's say the 5th hand, it will kind of vibrate, and you'll know that there's some movement. So so then you know that the next hand which you're going to play, you will be using this card. Now most times you will be very lucky, and let's say you have a good hand already, you can use this card. So pretty good card, highly recommended. Another card is the Space Joker. Now this is a very good card, but I have rated it a little less because in overall strategy, see, the whole Balatro game is done in such a way that you can't use all the cards, right? You don't have infinite slots, and sometimes what happens is your scores getting higher, right? So you need more chips, you need more mult cards, you need more multiplication cards as well. So that time, so if you get it this at the beginning, it's a very good card. So let's say you get it 4 ante, 5 ante, before that it's very good. So what it does is, Space Joker, it increases your poker hand, right? So whenever you play certain hand, it increases it, but again there's a probability 1 into 4 chances. And in most cases what I've seen is, if your luck is good, you can reach level 13, level 14, level 15 as well, very quickly. Like it won't take time. But sometimes what happens is, it's like a dead card. I mean, see, it's obviously there's probability, there's maths and science behind it, but yeah, sometimes you feel like, hey, what card is this, or you might remove it. But what it does is, it saves you on money as well, right? And especially your best hands types, let's say 2 pair, or let's say 3 of a kind, or a full house, it gets leveled up very quickly, which you wouldn't have otherwise. And then you need to buy certain space celestial cards, right? So that way it's good. So a decent card, a card you need to keep in mind. I think this is the boss blind card. I don't know where you need to keep it. Let's keep it here, and I'll tell you why it's so useful. See, so, and there's a learning curve in, I mean, not a learning curve, but probably for you to understand how what this card is. So early on, what my thought process was ki this card can help me skip a boss blind or something like that, right? In the sense, let's say I'm losing a boss blind, so after if I sell this card, I'll kind of not, even if I don't make the score, I do it, I'll win it. But that's not the case. There's another card which does that. I think it's Mr. Bones, which is a fantastic card. But before this card, what it does is it disables the boss blind. So for example, if your boss blind say play only one hand type, what you can do is you need to sell this card at the beginning of the boss blind, and where it'll show active, and then when you sell it, it disables it so that you can play a number of hands. Now most cases what I ended up doing is I played 2-3 hands, and then in my final hand I know okay, I won't be able to make this boss blind score, and maybe my cards are not good, and then I sold it. But it doesn't help that way. So you need to understand this. If you feel the overall, you need to be a little more cautious and sell this beforehand if you don't want to take any risk, and then you use this card, and this will help you. And that's why I've put it as A, because you need to be a little more pre-planned with this card. I don't know if you can use it at 8th ante. I don't think so there's anything written, so it's a good card to have. Again, as I mentioned, the game is designed in such a way that your slots ended up filling, right? So it's like a but let's say you have other very good cards. This card can really help you. Mr. Bones is a card that I really respect. This will be in my OP list. What it does is, if you are able to make even 25% of the overall score, and 25% of what's required, let's say you need 10,000, you have scored 25,000, this card will destroy itself and you will be saved. So it's indeed a very lifesaver. It's giving you like a new life. So if you get this card, you keep it, and that's what I've learned. It's really useful. So please do it. So yeah, Ride the Bus Joker is again a very good card. I got this very initially when I was just started playing this game, and what it does is, for every consecutive hand you're not playing face cards, it kind of adds up. So let's say if there are 5 hands consecutively where you've not played face cards, it'll add up to +5. Now what happens is sometimes it's very difficult to play without face cards, right? And obviously face cards have more chips. So this is like, I mean, if you can optimize more, you can destroy face cards. If you can optimize your deck that way, I feel you can still leverage this card. This card is very good. I've taken it to like +25, +30 mult, +40 mult, and at the beginning you can get those number of mults. It makes it more very easy, right? So and especially for the deck which doesn't have any face cards, I don't remember the name, it's a maroon deck. So there, it's, if you get it, you take it, because there's no face cards at all in the deck. So that way you are saved, right? You can just increase the mult by like, I don't know, 50, 60, whatever. So that way it's very good. Misprint Joker is again a Joker that I highly relate to, and it's very good. So Misprint Joker is basically, it gives you a random mult count. It can be 0, it can be +25, you don't know it, and that's the fun of it. Now it's not 100% reliable in the sense, sometimes it can give you +0, and let's say it's your final hand, right? So that way, I mean, you can't do a lot, right? And sometimes it can save you, and because it's all probability and algorithms. So yeah, it's a hit and miss, but if you have this card, you need to use it. It's a very, very good card. I paired it up with a blueprint. Blueprint is another card that I'll talk about. And then what it does is basically duplicates the card. So I mean, even if one misprint didn't give me a lot of mult, maybe the other one will. And then I play around. Blueprint card is my best card, hands down. This is the best card, and as the name suggests, you can duplicate a card's capability. So for example, if I pair this with let's say Ancient Joker, imagine if I play a flush. So 1.5 into 1.5 into 1.5 into 1.5, like 5 times, and then another time more. So I mean, sometimes you can get scores that are, and what best part is, before playing a hand, you can rearrange it. So for example, if let's say I have let's say the Acrobat card, which gives into 3 mult in the final hand, what I can do is for all the previous hands, what I can do is I can maybe duplicate a supernova, or let's say a banana card, right? That way it is helpful. And let's say if I get, let's say if I'm lucky enough, if I can get this Cavendish card, then I can duplicate it. So basically you can duplicate any card you have, and its abilities. Again, this won't work for something like Mr. Bones or something like a boss blind card, so keep that in mind. But for other cards, you can replicate it. It's very, very good card. If you get it, you take it. That's it. And especially when you have 6 Joker slots, this is a added bonus. So yeah. Ramen is another card which is a very, very good card. So what it does is it gives you into 2 mult. Now see how all the cards are created in a way, like all your food type cards, right? They get eaten up. So your ice cream card eventually gets eaten up, your ramen gets eventually eaten up. It eventually decreases because when you eat food, it gets less, right? So same with the ramen card. What happens is, in the ramen card, for every a discard, so every card's discarded, your mult decreases by 0.01. So let's say if I discard 10 cards and my mult was, let's say 2x, so 2x is the standard, it will become into 1.9. So yeah, that's how it is. This is how it is done. So yeah, I mean, this is a card that you need to really check out. Now let's look at trash cards. Like, not trash, but yeah, I mean, those cards which doesn't really have a meaning to it, right? Because that row is empty. So yeah, I think this card is a trash card according to me. So what happens is, this card reads, the effect it reads: when blind is selected, destroy Joker to the right and permanently add double its sell value to its mult. So anyways, if Joker is, let's say you sell it for $4, you'll add +8 mult. So anyways, it's not useful enough. So yeah, it's a trashy card. This is a decent card. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, this is a decent card. This is called Mystic Summit. What it does is it gives you +15 mult for in your when 0 discards are there. So yeah, maybe a lifesaver for you, especially if you're playing the red deck. You have a lot of discards, but if let's say you're playing blue deck where the discards are a little lesser, this can help you out. So yeah, I mean, a Mystic, it is a hit and a miss, in the sense, like, sometimes it can be very, very lifesaver, sometimes it won't. most of the time what happens is if you're playing good, you won't get impact of this card itself. So that way I don't like this card. So probably a skippable card if you have other good cards. Half Joker is a little counterintuitive card. It gives you plus 20 mult for when you have I think it is when the poker hand contains 3 or fewer cards. Counterintuitive because usually you want to maximize your points, and my favorite hand type is 2 pair because it's easy to find, etc. And again, but yeah, in certain scenarios this can help. If it helps you in your strategy, please use it. But for me it's a little counterintuitive because then I have to play lesser cards in my hand, which means lesser chips as well. So yeah, I mean, a hit and a miss that way. So yes, so many jokers already left. Let's quickly 8 ball card, again a trash card. 1 in 4 chance for each played 8 to create a tarot card. So I don't know, early on you might use it, but otherwise it's a card that most likely I won't use. So yeah, let's that way it's abstract joker. Again, I think it's a normal card. What it gives you is plus 3 mult for each joker. So most likely if your hand is, you already have 5 joker cards and you have this card as well, probably you'll get plus 12. And let's say if you have 6 jokers, and you'll get plus 15. Yes, 15. So it's a decent card. If you get it initially, you should use it, there's no problem. But yeah, yeah, I mean that's how it is. The hack card, again this is a trash card. This basically re-triggers 2, 3, 4 and 5. So every time 2, 3, 4 and 5 are played, it will re-trigger. Again, if you want, you can pair this up with something like a walkie-talkie. So every 10 and 4 every 4 it will re-trigger twice. So it can help in like increasing the effectiveness of that particular thing. This card again is a trashy card. Again, depends how your strategy is. So basically all cards are considered as face cards. Now the problem lies, let's say if you get a boss blind where it says all face cards are debuffed, what ends up happening is you need to sell this card because all cards are face cards, right? So you need to sell it. So that way it's a little again, it's a very this thing. Another good card is this card. This is called as Scary Face. So what happens, every face card you get plus 30 chips when scored. Now this card can be beautifully paired with this card, right? Where basically all cards are considered as face cards. So all cards gives you plus 30 chips. So again, when you use it correctly, it can really help, and especially as I mentioned, you need 1 chip card. So this is a very, very good chip card to have. So yeah, highly recommended. Stealed Joker is something that is very, very good. It's an OP card, mind you. Now what happens is you get 0.2x mult for every time a steel card is added to your deck. Now I recently played this, and this is really, really useful because when you have a certain steel cards itself, I feel, is such an underrated card because it acts like a good joker, right? Which, I mean, a lot of jokers won't have plus into 1.5 mult, right? Very few handful jokers that give you that. So you can use your tarot cards to kind of replicate steel cards whenever you get it in your hand. whenever you open a pack, you can use you can keep steel cards. So that was very good. I took it to into 4, and I already had a multiplication card. I think I had the acrobat or the ancient joker, so it really helped me. So that way it's very very good. So yeah, highly recommended this card. If you get it, you need to take it. Fibonacci card, again it's a trash card. So it says each played ace, 2, 3 or 5 or 8 gives you +8 mult when scored. Okay, I'll keep it to C now. So because I've read it, but yeah, I mean, it's a good card, but then like how many times do you play 2, 3, 5, right? 5 and 8, okay, but aces it's good, so that way it's good. Again, if your strategy has it for these cards, you can use it. No problem there, for sure. Yeah, let's Stencil Joker is a decent card, especially in the beginning. So what it gives you is so number of empty slots will be the mult of this card. So let's say you have 3 empty slots in your Joker, you get into 3 mult. So it's a good card, especially in the starting when you don't have enough jokers, or if you don't have good enough jokers. Even if you have one joker empty, for example, let's say you have 6 jokers slots, and then you keep one slot empty, so it's a decent card. So that way it's good, not problem. You can use it. 4 fingers is also I mean, depends on your strategy. It's a good card. So what it does is all flushes and straights can be made with 4 cards. So that's how it works. So every flush, every straight, you can make it with 4 cards. So it is really useful, especially if you've increased your level for flushes and straights. Now straights it's difficult, flushes are still more easier to get it. So that way it's really useful, especially if you use celestial packs and then made your cards into some, let's say a heart or a spade or something like that. This will help. So a really good card, should keep it. So yeah, that way it's good. So that's why I've kept it in a good place. Yeah, I'm just looking for Even Steven. I think this one, right? So Even Steven is again a good card. So what it does is basically like how odd Todd is. Basically Even Steven, for every even card, let's say 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2, you get +4 mult. So it's a decent card, especially in the beginning. It's a good card. So you don't have to worry about it. So if you get it, you take it. DNA is again a very very good card, especially if you want to increase a certain type of card in your hand. So what you can do is every first hand you play only one card, and that card gets copied and added to your deck. So for example, if I play a 10, I get that card back and also get a copy of the card. So if you're playing, let's say, a walkie-talkie, if you optimize it for that, you can do it. If you have steel cards, and you can make a copy of that. So a very underrated card. Again, sometimes I feel is if you're too tight on your score, playing this might just not be worth. So in the beginning it's good, so you can take this card, especially if you can make good scores with, let's say, 50% of your hand, like 2-3 hands you're making scores, then you can use this card as well. So you have to keep that in mind when using this card. So yeah, this is again a very very good card. If you get it, you can use it. Pretty good. Hiker is another very very good card. As I mentioned, you need to have chips, right? So what Hiker does is you permanently gain +5 chips when scored. So if you get it in the beginning, so awesome, right? So let's say your aces have your aces you played in ace already has 10 chips, you'll add 5 chips to that. So eventually in your deck your chips gets increased. So it's a good card. As I mentioned, you need to have one card that gives you these chips, right? Because it's important. So yeah. Faceless Joker, let me check. There's again a trash card. So basically it says earn $5 even 3 or more cards are face cards are discarded at the same time. Again, usually you won't do that. Maybe in the beginning it'll help, but otherwise I don't feel a lot of value there. So yeah, that's how it is. Superposition, I just saw it. This is again a very trash card. So basically it creates a tarot card if poker hand contains an ace and a straight. So I don't know what's the odds for that. So yeah, a trash card. This is again an okay card, I would say. I think I'll keep it here. So basically what it does, it's known as Square Joker. What it does, it gains +4 chips if played hand has exactly 4 cards. Again, let's say if I play a lot of 2 pairs, right? In that case, this will be very, very useful. You can play this card and then you have that in your slot, and then you add chips, and eventually you can get good chips, right? Because what happens is, even in this blue Joker, what happens is as hands go on and as you discard more cards, it decreases, right? But in this case it won't. But again, you need to have that type of hand played, like your let's say playing a flush or something, it won't. This one I think is okay card. So I'll check for the name, but what it does is it gives you 30 chips into the number of discards left. So let's say if you have 3 discards left, it will give you 90 chips. If you have 2 discards left, it will give you a little counterintuitive, because especially when you're nearing the end of the hand, you usually have been used. You'll use all your like your discards, right? So that way it doesn't add any value. So that way it's bad. But otherwise it's a decent card, especially in the beginning. If you get this card, you can take it. Again, as I mentioned, you need one card that gives you this chips, so that way it's good. I'm not getting the name of this card. I'm assuming it's something with flag. I don't know. Oh, let me check. Yeah, so it's the name is called Banner, and it gives +30 chips for each remaining discard. Again, a card that in the beginning it's good, otherwise it's not good. So yeah. Where are my trashy cards? Why can't I see them? Do we have? This again is a trashy card. Basically, you earn $2 per discard if no discards are used by end of the round. So I mean, I don't know if, because the whole game is optimized in a certain way that you need to use your discards, right? So it makes no sense. Maybe in the beginning, if you're getting it, you can take it just to increase this. So yeah, that way it's not so good. This card again is a trash card. A similar card, played face cards have 1 in a 2 chance to give $2 when scored. Again, a card you can use in the beginning, but otherwise it's trash, absolutely trash. So I'm not using that card. Joker, sorry. Runner, okay. Runner is again a trash card. I don't know, if you optimize for straight, it's good. So basically it gains 15 chips if played hand contains a straight. Again, this might be useful if you play a lot of straights. If optimize for straight, let's keep it for C. Otherwise it's not good. So yeah. Blackboard is again a trash card. So basically blackboard into three mult if all cards held are either spades or clubs. Again, it's very difficult for optimize for that. And let's say if I'm even playing a flush, what are the chances that it will be spade or a straight for that matter? So yeah, very difficult. I wouldn't use this card. Blind again is a tricky card. So basically when blind is selected, you gain 3 hands and you lose all your discards. Again, in certain sense you'll feel okay, it's useful, but then again you'll have to end up playing certain hands just to get good cards. So it's counterintuitive that way. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't use this card. Baron is a good card. So what does is each king held in your hand gives into 1.5 mult. So consider this as a steal card, but all your kings becomes your steal cards, kind of. A little counterintuitive because sometimes you have to play this king, and what happens is eventually what you end up doing is you keep your kings and then your certain hand types won't work, or sometimes it's a problem. So that way it's good. But yeah, it's a good card. Again, a trash card is Cloud 9. So Cloud 9 says earn $1 for each 9 in your full deck at the end of the round. For each 9 in your full deck at the end of the round. So usually it's $4, right? I mean 4 cards, 4 9s. It's a hit and a miss card. Like early on maybe it's useful, but otherwise not so much. So yeah, it's how it is. Do we see a rocket? Yeah, rocket. So rocket is again a trash card. Earn $1 at the end of the round. Payout increases by $2 when boss blend is defeated. Not so much useful. A skippable card. So this card is again not so good card. So this is known as obelisic. I don't know how that's pronounced. My bad. Sorry for that. So basically what happens is it gains into 0.2 mult per consecutive hand without playing your most played poker hand. Now the problem with this card is that it's counterintuitive because usually we optimize for certain hand types. Early on it might help when you play a lot of hand types, right? Because it depends on what cards you get, and let's say you play a flush, you play a straight, you play a 2 pair eventually, so it's good that way. Otherwise it won't. My main issue is I don't know if that's possible to see your current highest this thing. I don't know, I have checked but I didn't find a way, so let me know if you know that. And if there's a way to find that, it will be good, because then we'll play accordingly. So because it gains that, right? So for example, if that's 3 hands you've played without your 3 hands you haven't played your most played hand, basically you get 0.6, so 1.6 mult. But the problem with that also is that, yeah, especially when in the beginning, all your hand types are something like like most played hand type, right? So let's say you play 2 flushes and then that becomes your high, and then you play 3 2 pairs and then again this become your high. So that way is a little more confusing, especially because you can't check it, so that way it's bad. So yeah, that's why I usually don't use it. This is again a very trash this one is again a very trash card. Basically you get to minus $20 in debt or something like that. Ignore that card. You don't have to worry about that card, right? So I'm just looking. We don't have a lot of. So there's. Hallucination card, again a trash card. 1 in 2 chance to create a tarot card when any booster pack is opened. Again, early on you can use the card, otherwise it's not useful. Yeah, that's how it is. Fortune teller, decent card. So basically +1 mult for per tarot card used. So let's say you use tarot cards 10 times, it'll add to +10. So especially if you end up using a lot of tarot cards, you have to take this card. It's a good card. Where's the juggler? This is the drunkard, right? Again, a decent card. It gives you +1 discard each round. Early on you might use it, especially if let's say you're playing the blue deck where discards are less, you can use this card. So that way it's useful. Stencil card, again decent card. It gives +25 chips for each stone card in your full deck. So yeah, if you have a lot of stone cards, you can use this card. Otherwise, again, as I mentioned, you need 1 card for chips, so this can be 1 card, not the best card. I'm just looking. I think this card is not here. Kya? Nahi hai. It's there. Lucky Cat. This is card that I haven't played, or I don't remember playing. But what it does is every time a lucky card successfully triggers, it adds 0.25 mult. So I am assuming it's a good card. I don't know, but I haven't played it, so I don't know. But yeah, looks interesting. If you have a lot of lucky cards and it triggers successfully, then possibly, yeah. So lucky card triggers successfully when let's say you get some money or you get some mult. Basically it's +20 mult, right? So that way. Baseball card, again not a good card. So what it does is uncommon jokers gets 1.5 mult, x 1.5 mult. It's a very good one where a lot of your jokers are uncommon, but in most cases you'll get common jokers. Again, this won't work for rare jokers also, because this itself is a rare joker. So yeah, I mean, if you're lucky, you can leverage this card. Otherwise, not a good card. Golden Joker is again a trash card. Earn $4 at the end of the round. Again, early on you might use it. Otherwise, it's not good. Bull, again, it's not good. +2 chips for each $1 you have. Again, if you have a lot of money, get the bull. Otherwise, not good. Diet tag is another shit. Diet cola. Sorry, I don't know the concept of tags and all. I think it's when you skip a blind. I haven't done that, so I don't know it. Let me know in the comments if it's a good card. I don't feel it's decent, at least with what I read it. So yeah. So there's 2 cards which I don't see here. I don't know whichever site I've used. I'll recheck again, but I don't see it for some reason. But I'll tell you, popcorn and joker, popcorn joker and spare trousers jokers. So basically, spare trousers, it gains +2 mult when you play a 2 pair. Again, I play a 2 pair a lot, so spare trousers is a good card to have if I'm playing that. So it's a good card. Popcorn is again a card that is decent. It gives you plus 20 mult, but it decreases by 4 every round played. So eventually for 5 rounds it's gone. But if you get it, you take it. It's a good card. So yeah, I quickly wanted to tell you that. Seltzer is again a decent card. So basically what it does is it re-triggers all cards played for the next 10 hands. So yeah, I mean, if you have a lot of special cards, lucky cards, mult cards, right, you can use it. So it will be it's good. Castle is again a okay card. Basically what it does is it gives you plus 3 chips per discarded suit card. So let's say every time it changes, so same with Ancient Joker. So let's say if you have heart suit and then you discard hearts, then you get chips added. Again, because you need 1 chip card, you can use it, but it's not one of the best. So yeah, you need to keep that in mind. Smiley Face is a good card. So what it does is it gives you plus 5 mult for every face card. So yeah, I mean, if you let's say pair it with something like a blueprint, or if you pair it with something like where your face cards re-trigger, you can use it. Again, another thing missing is the ballot Joker. I don't know what the exact name is. So basically what it does is your first card played is re-triggered twice. I can't find the right name for it, but basically ballot is written. Yeah, Hanging Chad. I've created a video in this channel, you can watch it there. But yeah, Hanging Chad is a good card to have. If you get it, you can use it. It's a good card, especially if you strategize well. It's pretty useful. A satellite card is again a trash card. Earn $1 at the end of the round for per unique planet card used in this run. I don't know how much useful that would be. If you are low in budget, maybe you're starting out, probably you can do it. Brainstorm is a good card, but the problem is you get it when you discard a royal flush. So, but it's good. It is some similar to blueprint. Copies the ability of the leftmost joker. So it's very similar to blueprint, but it's difficult to get it. So that's why I've kept it as A. Again, if you get it, please use it. But yeah, that's how it is. Now let's play this. So there's a duo, there's a trio, and there's a family. So this is the duo card. Again, these are very, very good cards. So the duo card, what it does is it gives you into twice the mult if the played hand contains a pair. Again, good. The trio card, as the name suggests, it gives you 3 of a kind. This is the trio, 3 of a kind. Then you have played hand contains 4 of a kind, and then you have the order, which is 5 of a kind, mind you. 5 of a kind. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, this okay, sorry. So this is the family. This is 4 of a kind. This was your the order, which is you get into 3 mult when the poker hand contains a straight. Again, it's something very difficult, but then if you have it, it's good. And then there is the tribe, which gives into 2 mult when the poker hand contains a flush. Again, a little more easier. So there's a duo, trio, the family, the order, and the tribe. These are the cards, very good cards. Again, it's difficult to pair up with, and you usually don't get it that often. Again, there's different conditions. For example, win a run without playing a straight, something like that. So yeah, so you need to keep that in mind. A Stuntman is another decent card. The problem with this card is you get plus 250 chips, but your hand size decreases by twice. Sometimes it can be, I mean, if you already have a good hand size, then it's okay, but otherwise it's a problem. So yeah, that's my only issue with this card. Otherwise, it's a good card. You get a lot of chips. So yep. Let's I see a lot of your normal basic cards which you get often. So this is the Joker, decent card, gives +4 mult, simple, straightforward. This is the Gluttonous Joker. Again, this gives, if played cards are clubs, you'll get +3 when they are scored. Again, sometimes it can work. Oftentimes in the early on it will help, otherwise it won't. So yeah, that's something you have to keep in mind. Jolly Joker is a good card. So it gives you +8 mult when played hand contains a pair. So like someone like me which plays a lot of 2 pairs, this card is really good. This okay, is this the Mad Joker? No, this is the Droll Joker. So basically this gives +10 mult when played hand contains a flush. So yeah, if you're optimizing for flush, you can use this card. Again, very difficult to optimize for flushes, so that's a problem. Zangy Joker gives you +12 if the poker hand contains 3 of a kind. Again, if you optimize for flush, full houses, and maybe for 3 of a kind, it might work for you. Hasn't been too useful for me otherwise. So yeah, that you need to keep in mind. This is for 2 pair. Again, this is a good card, especially like if you play 2 pairs a lot. This is good enough. I'll keep it here probably. So basically you get +10 mult when your played hand contains a 2 pair. So yeah, similar to Jolly Joker, which gives +8 mult for a pair. So that way. There's so many Jokers. I'm just figuring out. Give me a minute. So egg is again a trash card. Basically it gains $3 of sell value at the end of the round. So not so useful. Skippable. I think I talked about DNA. This is a good card. This is card named as Card Sharp. So what it does is it gives you into 3 mult when the poker hand has already been played. So and oftentimes what we do is we optimize for a certain poker hand and we end up playing it, right? The second time you play it, you get into 3 mult. So really good. This card is again a trash card. Basically it gains +3 mult when any booster pack is skipped. So let's see, and mind you, I thought let's say you skip it, right? You go to the next and then your booster packs, not like that. So when you open a booster pack and then you skip it, you don't end up using any card, which is very rare. I mean, why would you spend your money and then just to add mult to this card? So yeah, a trash card. uh, again, this is again a trash card. Basically this is madness. When small or big blind is selected, gain 0.5 mult and destroy a random joker. So yeah, why would you want to destroy your joker, your best joker? So yeah, this is a bad card that way. Hologram, it's a good card. So sorry, it's a good card, my bad. So what it does is the joker gains 0.25 mult every time playing card is added to your deck. So yeah, this is a very good card. I think it's an OP card. So let's say whenever you add more cards to your deck, it adds 0.25. It's a good card. Hands down, a very, very good card. If you get it, you take it. Period. A Vagabond, again a trash card. Basically creates a tarot card if hand played with $4 or less. So yeah, difficult to that way to understand, right? So yeah. This is a decent card. I haven't utilized it, so I might be judging it wrong. It's known as Midas Mask. So basically what it does is all played face cards become gold cards when scored. Okay, so that's how it is. So yeah, I mean, if you played it, let me know. Photograph card is a good card. So basically first played face cards gets twice mult when scored. Now if you use this with something like a hanging chat joker, which is a ballot joker, it's very good because it re-triggers cards twice. So let's say if you play a face card, it will re-trigger, so you will get total of into 6 mult. The only problem is because it's the first card, and let's say you have other cards which mult cards, something like that, so it won't get multiplied. So but yeah, if you've leveled up your hands, a very good card. You can't see beyond this card for sure. So a very good card. Is this Juggler? Juggler is a good card. It increases your hand size, so maybe initially you can use this card. Yeah, it increases your hand size by +1. So initially I'll use this card. A very good card. Yep. So Lucky Cat we have done. Ramen we have done. This is also a good card. It's Sock and Buskin. It re-triggers all played face cards. So all played face cards gets re-triggered. It's a good card. Especially if you use a lot of, let's say you pair it up with this card which where all cards are face cards, then it's mind-blowing, right? Because all your cards can then do it, but again it's difficult to be lucky to get both the things, so that way is it's a little difficulty. So Throwback, again, it's a trashy card in my opinion. I don't know, I don't skip blinds, so I don't know. So 0.25 mult for each blind skipped this run. So yeah, if you skip blinds and all, maybe a good card that way. Smeared Joker. So Smeared Joker is a decent card. So what it does is hearts and diamonds counts as same suite, spades and clubs count as same suite. So your flushes become easy. Your I don't know. Your flushes, yeah, your only flushes becomes easier that way. And then if you have an ancient joker, it's such good. So let's say if an ancient joker says ki hey, there's into 1.5 mult for each heart, diamonds also work. So if you pair up with certain jokers, is very good joker. Again, very difficult to get it. So yeah, that way it's sometimes but yeah, it's a good card. Arrowhead is a trash card. Played cards with spade suit gives plus 50 chips when scored. Early on might be useful, otherwise I'll not end up using it more often times. This is a decent card. So it's a glass joker, similar to like I think the steel joker, which I rated very, very highly. Again, I'm just rating it lower because I haven't used it, I haven't utilized it in a way. But the joker gains 0.75 mult for every glass card that is destroyed. Okay, so that way it's a little hard. Yeah, I probably give it a B. Yeah, because it's very difficult otherwise. Showman, again a trash card. Joker planet cards appear multiple times. Maybe early on you can use it, otherwise not use it. This is again a trashy card in my opinion. It gives you x3 mult if poker hand contains a diamond, club, heart and a spade. Again, very difficult to do if you're able to do it good enough, but yeah, just because you are not able to do that way, it's difficult. So yeah, probably not use that often if I get it. Again a trashy card. Its name is Matador. Earn $8. Played hand triggers the earn $8 if played hand triggers the boss blind ability. I don't know why would you use this, but yeah, that way it's bad. Hit the Road is a very rare joker. I haven't got it. So what it says is the joker gains 0.5 mult for every jack discarded this round. So every jack you discard in this round, you gain 0.5 mult. So it's a very, very good card, but yeah, it's difficult. How you get it? Discard 5 jacks at the same time. Oh my god. So yeah, so that's how it is. Invisible Joker. After 2 rounds, sell this card to duplicate a random joker. Nice. It's a good card, but yeah, it's difficult to get it, so that way it's bad. Again a trashy card. It's a good card. The earlier one was Cartomancer. When a tarot card, create a tarot card when blind is selected. It's okay for this beginning. Maybe possibly I'll go higher. This one, all planet and celestial cards in shops are free. This is an astronomer card. Very difficult to get it because you need to discover all planet cards. So yeah, so that way it's bad. Bootstrapped. Bootstraps plus 2 mult for each $5 you have. Again, very, very that way it's not good. Burn Joker is a decent card. I mean, just putting it down because it's very difficult. So upgrade the level of the first discarded poker hand. So sometimes utilized it, probably you can play it for 3-4 hands max, and then you will have to end up selling it because you would want more good cards. Canyo, the Joker gains X mult when a face card is destroyed. Again, this is a legendary card. Oh my god, there's a legendary segment. I'll keep it here, but it's very difficult to get, so yeah, so keep that in mind. I think this is the same card. It's a duplicate. I've gotten a duplicate. So legendary cards, again, I won't discuss. Let's not discuss legendary cards because how much difficult they are to get. So yeah. So greedy Joker, decent. Starting you get it, it's okay. So play diamond suit gets plus 3 mult when scored. Similarly, this is for hearts. This is for hearts. This is known as lusty Joker. And then there's the Wrathful Joker, which gives us for spade, so +3 mult for each spade card. There's also one Joker, which is Gluttonous Joker, which I've covered, I feel, thing here. Yeah, so yeah, all of them will be there. So that so this is the Clever Joker. Again, decent card. So Clever Joker plus 80 chips for each played hand contains the 2 pair. So for every 2 pair you get plus 80 chips. Decent, good enough. Willy Joker, same thing. It gives you plus 100 chips when played hand is 3 of a kind. Again, if you optimize it for a full house or a 3 of a kind, very good card. You need to use it. And then it's the Devious Joker. Which one is this? This one, yeah. Plus 100 chips for straight. Again, if you play straight, I don't play straight, so anyways I'm ranking it similar, so yeah, keep that in mind. Crazy Joker, it's for straight. Again, if you play straight, you get plus 12 mult. So many Jokers, dude, it's hard to identify. This is Mime card. It re-triggers all card held in hand abilities. Okay, so for example, let's say if you held like blue seal cards, right? Similarly, so it will re-trigger its ability. So if you discard that, if you get 1 celestial pack, you'll get 2 celestial packs, something like that. Not packs, basically cards. So yeah. So that's how it is. Mystic Marble Joker, it's a good card. Basically it adds 1 stone card to your deck when blind is selected. So yeah, decent, I feel. Yeah, I mean that way. Dusk, re-trigger all played cards in played final hand of the round. So your final hand kind of re-triggers all cards. So yeah, it's a good card. You need, if you have it, you can take it. Like, not the best, but yeah, sometimes you have to compromise that way. So yeah. Did we do the runner? We did, I think. 6 Sense. So trashy card, basically first hand of a round is a single 6, destroy it and create a spectral card. Like a niche use case, like, but yeah, I mean, okay. Constellation, decent card. Basically it gains 0.1 mult for each planet card that has been used. Probably a little more higher I'll rank it. It's a good card because I have utilized it a lot. Green Joker is a trashy card. Basically it adds +1 per hand played and -1 mult for per discard. So most often times it will be a very low score, so no point. We don't have Vampire, no. Okay, so there is a card named Turtle Bean. Basically it adds +5 hand. So yeah, if you get that card, you can utilize it. I think Juggler we have already done. Drunk card we have already done. Golden Joker we've done. Baseball card, Diet Cola. Ramen we've done. Castle we've done. Just checking if you've missed code cards. So this one card, again a trashy card. So basically it's known as Swashbuckler. It adds the sell value of all jokers to the mult. So most times beginning it's good, but otherwise it's not that good. You have better cards to suit your style. So yeah. This one again, little trickier card. Basically it increases your hand size, but then it reduces your per hand. So possibly if you have a lot of hand, then it's good. If you're able to get those vouchers, pretty good, but otherwise bad. This is like a decent card. When the round begins, the name is certificate. When the round begins, add a random playing card with a random seal to your hand. So yeah, might be useful, might not. I haven't utilized this card, so I don't know. Basically this card, I think it adds chips to for every pair, so that's how it is. Normal card, if you have, you can utilize it. Arrowhead we have done. Okay, so this is Onyx Agate. Basically every cards with club suit gives +7 mult. A little more like, but yeah, difficult to get, so you don't, I mean, difficult, right? See, these two are legendary jokers, so I'll just skip this. I'm just checking for the forest one. Shoot the moon. Each queen held in hand gives +13 mult. Decent card. So it's same as king, but that's baron, which gives 1.5x mult. Again, this adds to that, so you probably will take it. So I'm just wrapping this up. We'll quickly we'll quickly check the last 3 cards. So campfire is a good card actually. So basically this joker gains 0.25 mult for each card sold, resets when boss blind is defeated. So that is the only disadvantage, that after every boss blind you'll have to sell some cards, but I think you can use it. Maybe you have seals in your cards, you can like discard your let's say your celestial cards, right? So let's say high card, celestial card, you can remove that. So yeah, I'm just looking for the final. I have used this card, not a great card. Dusk we played. Oh, okay. No worries. I think that's all. I think you have a good list. I hope this video was useful, and please do drop a comment. Tell us your favorite jokers as well. Would love to know it. Yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me know which videos you want me to create next. I'd love to do that. Let me know if you want live streams or something like that. Happy to do it. Thank you so much, and bye bye.